Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Keeping It Real Conversation Show with your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. It is Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. We are glad to be, of course, in the land of the living. We are here. We're excited for tonight. Again, we are live on Facebook. We are live on the YouTube channel, which is the name of the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are live on Twitch and we are live on Twitter. I am so excited. Um, I have a wonderful guest tonight. Hopefully, he'll be able to show up. But in the meantime, we have to continue to go on and have a great conversation, a good subway into it could be just me. Um, we haven't had a one-on-one in a long time of just keeping it real. There has been a couple of things that um, we all have been faced with. We all have touched, been touched by, and tonight we're just gonna chop it up. Um, if Mr. Wesley comes, great. If not, we could reschedule him for a later time. He is such a busy person. Sometimes things happen. It is what it is. So tonight, if he doesn't, it's okay. We could just chop it up tonight. Again, I am so excited to be here tonight. If he doesn't, let's talk about some issues, some things that I've been seeing a lot that I wouldn't say really bothers me, but we could talk about it. Today is actually my father-in-law's birthday, and he's been deceased. So all my figures of my father, my earthly fathers, are all deceased. Matter of fact, on my block that I grew up on, which was Chelsea, east side of Detroit, the guys that were pillars in my neighborhood, every last one of them have gone on to glory. Every home that had a dad that took care of all the neighborhood kids, made sure when the ice cream truck came by that everyone, hey Keith, everyone had ice cream. We all walked to school together. They made sure that all of us had something. They didn't believe in any of us being jealous of one another. We made sure, or each family would make sure that they had what they needed. And I strongly talk about the village. That was my village. I miss those days when your mom possibly didn't have dish detergent or washing powder. They would send you next door or down the street to borrow whatever you needed. And when that time came, um, we all went to the grocery store together. So in those moments, I do miss the village. Even in the protection and safety of all of us, someone's eyes was always open to make sure that we were all safe and sound. Um, so today is his birthday, and he was one of those dudes. He worked for the city in the water department, and he was well known until he retired. And his thing was, hey, I had a long day at work. I would come home and he would sit on a porch, watch all of us play, have him a good beer and the music playing. He could cook his butt off on that grill. It was nothing like it. Nothing like it. Every family had something that to offer to the street. And man, those days have definitely been gone. So blessings to him. And I posted a few minutes ago before I went live that him and my dad is somewhere, by a river, fishing and having a good old time about the good old days and listening to some great music and just having a good time. Even in my dad's sickness, Sam would come visit my dad at the hospital or wherever my dad was. Matter of fact, he took my dad out to the fishing place um, in his wheelchair. And yeah, that was very touching that even into death, they were still best friends. So, yeah. Um, in other news, um, just to announce some things, since I did Perilous Times and I met some great and awesome people, I haven't had a chance to really talk about the experience of Perilous Times. It has truly changed my life. It has truly changed how I think, how I move, how my belief system, all types of things. Because sometimes people look at you and they think that you have all the confidence in the world. Well, let me tell you, this one right here, I didn't have confidence at all. A friend told me, matter of fact, shout out to Corey. He told me, look, Perilous Times is getting ready to do auditions. I think you should go. And I'm like, me? He like, yeah, just go try it. I mean, and so the day came and I kept going back and forth in my mind of should I not? I don't know. I've never done an audition before. So it was all this back and forth in my mind of should I not? Well, if you know me that I'm going to be super early because I don't want to be the person in the room or the last one in the room and everyone's staring at me. So I was the one looking at other people. So I end up being number 2. And as time progressed, the room started getting full, 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 and full. And I'm looking around in the room, and there are several people I've seen, I've been in the room with who are exceptional singers. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know about this one. I don't know. I've I've only really sung in church. I dibbled dabbled on, but I'm not on a caliber with these people. Well, and this is where you have to really trust God in the process. Because I was so uncomfortable. And I think at the time, my hair my hair was emerald green. And I was like, well, I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know nothing. I'm just going to do what I can. So they lined us up. Actually, before we even got lined up, they came in and said, hey, we're going to do a surprise kind of happy birthday to TJ. And I want everybody to make sure you got your picture, fill out this paperwork, all of this different stuff. And they started giving us directions. So we did all that. And they're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come with me. It's just like, what are you doing? Are you only singing for the chorus? Are you trying out for the chorus, or are you gonna read a line? I mean, read for a part. And I'm like, well, I'm here. Might as well just try both. I don't know. So I put down to try for reading a part as well as singing in the chorus. Well, we go down the hall, and a young lady who is already a gospel artist went before me. She was number 1, and she tore the house down. And I was, to be honest, I was intimidated because what I heard, I was like, I can't do that. It's a lesson in all what I'm telling you. I can't do that. In the inside, I felt like I shrunk down. Like, and you want me to do what after you just heard that? What could I possibly do to impress? So while she's in the room with Pam and Shirley, at this point, I didn't know who was in the room, but Pam English and Shirley Smith, who was the musical directors, were in the room. I didn't know that. And a person was holding my I guess my resume, my picture, and all of this stuff, and he was like, "Just calm down. Just be yourself. You don't know what they're looking for. Just calm down, relax, and just sing whatever you're gonna sing." And so my nerves kind of calmed down, and they said they're ready for you. So I go in the room. And I said, goodbye to the young lady because I knew her. And they're like, "Oh, by the way, I love your green hair." And I'm like, "Thank you." I'm smiling. They like, "Tell me a little bit about yourself." We didn't have to do that with the other young lady because we already knew her. And I'm like, "Okay." And so I began to say who I was, and and they said, "What song are you singing?" And I said, "Necessary." Um, it was written by somebody else, but what caught my attention is when Fantasia sung Necessary. And I began to sing it, and they never heard the song before. So I was like, uh-oh. They don't know the song, so I don't know where this is gonna go. In your head as singers, you practice your runs, you practice where you're gonna put this and that. And so I did that, and they were like, "Well, you sound good, but we need to know your range." And I'm like, "Range? Yeah, can you sing another song in a higher octave?" And I'm like, "Well, how about this? Won't you sing what you already sung, and we're just going to go octaves higher?" Well, I went through that process. They end up having me sing 6 octaves higher than I practice or I sing. And they was like, "You good. Like, you got this." And I'm like, "No, I sounded horrible." And so they say, "Well, you did good. You are what we call a lazy singer." And I'm like, "Oh, a lazy singer?" And they're like, "Yeah, you actually sing soprano, but you're comfortable with alto." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And they was like, well, we'll keep in touch. If you're asking or anything like that about what happens, they gave us the email to reach out to. And I'm like, "Okay, thank you." I couldn't read them if I really did good or they was just saying it. So I go back in the hallway, and they were like, "Are you reading for a part?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So by the time I get back to the room, they're calling me to go read this part. So I go before TJ, not knowing that this is TJ. TJ and Amber, which is his daughter. I did not know this. So I'm reading for this part, and I'm like, "Okay." So I leave. Well, a couple of weeks go by, and I didn't hear anything. And then I sent an email to, inquire to see what was going on. And lo and behold, that evening around 10 o'clock that night, I got an email saying, "Congratulations, Miss Foster, you have been chosen for the chorus." And I literally lost it. I lost it because I didn't think that I had a chance. I had no clue, no idea. I was already putting myself out of just or being comfortable with just saying, I tried. And lo and behold, I was chosen. So, a moral of the story is just do it. So, our first rehearsal, we go through first rehearsal. I didn't know that I had a second callback for the speaking role, but I decided that I would just focus on the chorus. Since this is my first time out the gate, I'd rather just do this and not do anything else. Well, in the meantime of me getting my feet wet, I go to see not Jason Lyric. What is the movie? New Jack City on stage. And this is where I find out what a chorus really entails. So the chorus, singing, acting, dancing. You are right along with everyone else. And I'm like, wait, so we doing what? I'm thinking chorus, you're just singing. No. You're dancing, you're singing, and acting. Time progressed. So we started rehearsals in November of last year. The play wasn't until the week of Easter. So again, this was a learning experience I have never experienced before. It was some things that I've seen in this course of time that I've never imagined in my life that I would be doing. But in that time, I grew. My confidence grew, because I want you to understand the people that was in this chorus and in this play as main actors is second to none. Each person can hold their own. Matter of fact, they're all doing something right now. We have, if you could say, Keith, ring announcer. I mean, come on. Acting, doing all of these things, I would have never. Some of these people, and you will eventually meet them because I will have them on the show. But I mean, America's Got Talent, background singers for Patti LaBelle, Charlie Wilson. I mean, you name it, they were in here. People coming out on their own, branding themselves as singers, actors, and actresses. I'm sitting next to people who are in movies that are on Tubi. I'm like, wait a minute. One day I see them in practice, next thing they're on my screen. This is what I'm talking about. You don't understand sometimes the doors that God have opened for you. All you got to do is just be obedient and walk through it. You don't know. Was I afraid at first? I was. But over time, I knew I belonged there. And I began to connect and get acquainted, and they became my friends. They became like my family, to the point we were at one point just Saturday, every Saturday. Then it went from Saturdays to Wednesdays. Then it went to, the closer we got, the more we were more together. And we all wanted to see each other win. It's nothing like it. It's definitely a team. It's definitely a family. And we got on that stage. The adversity that hit this stage, the adversity that hit behind the scenes, we couldn't even imagine. But we got on that stage and we exemplified God. We couldn't tell you all the battles that was going on with each person or what was going on. But you would never be able to tell that when we got to that stage. The day we were supposed to be practicing on the Fisher stage, stuff was happening. But you would never tell that. We did what we came to do, which was what? Show the people God's love, God's mercy, God's redemption, God, I mean, you name it. We cried together. We talked. And we vowed to say, hey, no matter what, we gonna be together. Yeah, so that happened. So my time was consumed with rehearsals. I was still doing the show. I was tired, but it was worth it. It was worth it. After that, I took a week for myself to kind of come back, and then I'm back on it. Now, since I did that, Joe Smith, who was one of the directors, producers of Perilous Times, also have movies. He directs movies, produce movies. So maybe a week or so later, he had a casting call. And I said, well, I'm off this high from this to saying at one point I was scared to do it, to now I got confidence to do anything. You can't tell me. If I get it, good. Great. If I don't, I'm still good. So I go to the casting call. Never been to a movie casting call either. And I walked in there with confidence. I had just came from church, so I was amped. I went in there and I walked in with confidence as if the role was mine. Never read a script before. And I went in and did what I needed to do. Still haven't heard the results yet from that, but it's just a point that I have confidence now that can't be shaked. I mean, to a place where I just didn't think I was capable of. Now I'm gonna walk in the room like I own it. Speaking of confidence, I know here in the city of Detroit, you saw on the news, hopefully on Channel 4, that they're bringing back the Go For It promo. And they was doing auditions. Well, your girl went out for auditions as well. Who knows? I'm just so excited about the season that I'm afforded right now. Things might be shaky, but I'm still moving. The devil can't hit a moving target. I'm not sitting still. I'm in the place of making sure a better version of myself, whatever that takes. If it's exercising, if it's letting people go, if it's whatever it is, I got to do what's best for me. I can't go back to old habits, bad habits, or allowing other people to control me. Those days are over. You got to learn from your mistakes. You got to learn the lessons. So this space in this moment right now, I am imploring you to be kind to yourself. As my friend Alita tells me daily, be kind to yourself. with a smile. It's not always going to be peaches and creams, but keep moving. One thing I have also learned that in this moment, and I knew before, but I didn't really know until now, that even in your process, people are watching you. They might be going through the same thing that you're going through. Pivoting, changing directions. Like, it's not always easy, especially when you're a planner. When things didn't go right, bothers you. I just generally want to be happy. I want to have so much joy and living my best life. That's what I want. So when you get up, be kind to yourself. As I've been learning in the last 2 weeks, that God can handle anything and everything. So let him. He not stressing, so why are you? Now, some things might take us by surprise, might knock us off kilter sometimes, but it didn't surprise him. He already made a way of escape for you. Now, do you want to follow his plan, or do you want to follow your own? Let me know how it works out. Things that used to bother me don't bother me anymore. I can only give power to what I want to give power to. And my power is limited to unnecessary and negative sources. Nope. Nope, can do. So the smile, I want to keep. The laugh, I want to keep. So I push and I press, not just for me, but everyone around me. I want to see everybody win. Everybody. It's not a gimmick. It's not a trick. I really do. It's not a selfish motive. I really do want to see you win. That's it. As they say, that's the post. Some of the things that we allow people in our mind, in our hearts, they don't even deserve to be there. Most of the time, they're lying to you. So again, be kind to yourself. It's only one you. It is only literally just you. If you have a family, they depend on you. So you got to be in the best space. So when we say be kind to yourself, what do you mean? Well, for starters, being kind to yourself means not judging yourself harshly for not being perfect. It's okay. We don't get it right all the time. Probably the number is probably huge that we don't get right. Don't put yourself in jail. Don't handcuff yourself. It's okay. We make mistakes. We make wrong decisions. Just do better. God already forgave you. Now forgive yourself. Just be you. Um, I want you guys to always think it could be worse and take sovereign in that. We sometimes get in a place where we're always complaining and want more and this and that. And it could be worse. Be grateful. Being kind to yourself also means not holding yourself to impossible high standards. Are you living for you? Or are you living for someone else? Whose standards are you living by? Some good questions. It also means putting an end to comparing yourself to others and beating yourself up for making a mistake or for not being good enough at something. What? I just told you the story of what happened to me in auditions. Comparing myself to others almost paralyzed me to the point where I was afraid. Normal, I'm never afraid. But for that moment, I wanted to compare myself with something I have never seen before. I had this conversation today about Peter. Peter walking on water. And like I'm thinking to myself, you're here. Peter said, if it's you, you already knew it was Jesus. If it's you, Jesus, bid me to come to you. Really, Peter? Get out the boat, walk to me. It said he was focused. Then he looked at the wind. He heard some noise and for a split second, and he began to sink. Well, in your sinking, here comes the enemy flooding you, overwhelming you with all these negative thoughts that are not true. See, what we forget is when the devil tells you a lie, he's not even capable of telling the truth at all. But to us, because we want to be comfortable in something that God is trying to get us to do more, to do something different. We want to be stuck on the boat. We don't want to go as far as we really can. Why? Trailblazing? What? I say it all the time. It's not easy being a trailblazer. It's not easy being the first. It's not. The unknown pressure of doing something that has never been done before. Well, for some of us, I don't have a choice. So guess what? Neither do you. You might be the first in your family, first to go to college, first to do a lot of things. And there's no one to guide you because you're the first. In this moment, I want you to understand to give yourself grace for mistakes. It's not detrimental. It's not death to you. Forgive yourself and move on. How many, by a show of hands, have ever played Super Mario Brothers? Now, there were people who had the Nintendo before I did, especially on my block, right? So they've been playing for hours and hours on hours. And they were going from level to level to level. Well, when you have your own Nintendo and your mom like, you're not going to play this all day, every day, it's only so much you can do. Well, what I thought was, I don't have enough time to do X, Y, and Z. They are flying through all of these levels. Well, what I did not know was they were cheating. They were doing the codes. They were getting it from other people when I was here, sitting here, trying to figure it out on my own. You know how many times I lost my life? Come on, somebody. But guess what? Just like life, you can get up and start over. Nobody said that it was going to be easy. I don't recall that. I don't recall that. I don't recall anyone saying that it's going to be easy. I don't recall any of that. They never said that trouble was not going to knock on your door. They never said that. Elders will always say, well, honey, keep on living. You'll see. Wait, what you mean? You can't just drop that on me and don't explain it. Well, life happens. So what you gonna do with it? Are you gonna stop living? No. You're gonna keep going until you figure it out. Just like in Super Mario's. I got excited and happy with myself when I would exceed and go and find little secret passages and the pipes and going down in the water and swimming and all of this different stuff and finding the rainbow stars and all of this stuff. I got excited that nobody told me. But I was winning. Come on, confidence. Come on. Get back up and try again. Get back up and try again. You know how many times I used to go to bed alone, crying? Get back up and try again. You know how many times I had to sit in the corner and talk to myself? And feeling like I was all alone by myself. Get back up and try again. It's not over until God says it's over. Hello, somebody. Am I talking to myself? Come on, somebody, get talking in the comments. Do something. And then what God will do also is he'll send you angels. He'll send you people to keep encouraging you along the way. That's why I'm here. We don't take no for an answer. Keep trying. You know how many successful people have failed, started over, and eventually found their niche? To now, they have unsurpassable confidence because now they know it works. It's all good. Sometimes we have our own plans of how our life's supposed to be. Well, I used to really believe in fairy tales. I used to believe in the story of the princess was rescued from the villains. So my focus was always in the wrong direction. I was looking for a prince. but I should have been looking at God. Peter was looking at the winds and the waves when he should have been focused on Jesus. I'm just saying. I don't know nothing. I'm just saying. So, when you do this, when you be kind to yourself, when you just continue to get up every day and breathe, sometimes we just take advantage when we really need to sit in that moment. Sit in a moment. Everything doesn't have to be fast paced. We gonna get to the end. Ain't nothing like a good book. And you just sit there and you can imagine, you can see everything, especially detail writers. You can see and smell and all of these different things that they're telling you about. Sit in that moment. I know we all want to be successful. I know we all want to be happy. I know we all want all of these things, but they all take time. I once recently had a conversation with a young woman who wants to get married. And I said, honey, there's nothing wrong with being in love. It's nothing wrong with that at all. But all I want you to do is wait on God. Wait on Him. Because one thing about it, God designed somebody specifically for you. No struggle, no strain. This is who He made me for. Right? I don't want anyone to fall in love with perception, nor do I want them to fall in love with potential. Those are dangerous places to be. Perception and potential. Perception is what you think you see. It could or it might not be real. A person can show you something that is not real. You fall in love with this person. You never knew that their eyelashes wasn't real. You never knew that their butt and breast wasn't real until it's too late. A good con artist is very cunning with their words and their actions. That's why it's a con. You have been scammed. Thank you, Alita. Yep, Keith. Potential. There are possibilities, but doesn't mean that it will happen. It could, but doesn't mean that it will happen. And before you know it, you're caught in a trap. So in all these moments, as my friend Alita tells me daily, how are you? No, for real, how are you? She checks my mental, not just my physical state, but my mental. Do you really have a friend that check in on your mental? If you don't, you need to. Do you have a friend that you really can be honest with If you don't, you need to. When the last time you had a conversation with yourself? If you don't, you need to. And this is what we talk about, being kind to ourselves. Being kind to yourself will always give you into a place where the sea is calm. You can see clearly and make wise choices. You guys can talk to me. Come on, comment, people, comments. I know we didn't have who we wanted to have, but tonight you just got me. It's important for you to sit down and relax. I told you guys before, I wrote a book, God's Design, His Blueprint. Get back to the beginning. It's okay to start over. How many remember doing jigsaw puzzles? You have this picture in front of you. First things first, you open the box. Matter of fact, you pick the puzzle, hopefully. And you want to know, you want to see what this picture is going to look like in puzzle form. You open the box. You set your space up for all these puzzle pieces. And you begin to flip and put all the shapes together and try to put the corner pieces and all of this stuff, however you need to do it. It might take you a while, but at least it's in some type of order. And you have space to start building and fitting things together. That's life. I do the border too first. Yep, I do. It makes it look like, okay, now I have some idea of what I'm doing. So it's all a strategy, whatever works for you. My aunt, my aunts, my grandma, they love jigsaw puzzles. I mean, the more the better. It became a family thing. People would come over my aunt's house or my grandma's house, and they would have a table just for a puzzle. And everyone who came in the house was welcome to put pieces together in the puzzle. The end result was, once this puzzle was put together, they took it to wherever they needed to, and it becomes a picture on the wall. Well, now in this house is a puzzle that I had my hand on. Sometimes it takes other people to help you. It might take leader to help me refocus, realign. It might take Keith to pray. I don't know. And whoever else is on, I don't know. But everybody has a position. Everyone has value. Know the role that you play and play it well. Only time will tell. But in this space right now, confidence, moving forward, doing things that I had no idea, no clue, no idea, none that I was going to be able to do. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm going to get out here and I'm going to do it. And I'm happy about it. So, we all know the end goal of this is to get to TV. Has it been done before? I don't know, but we shall see. We shall see. Whoever will, so be it. But I do know this, that whoever's supposed to will when God says so. I used to get caught up in the whys and why not, and that's a headache. I don't got that much hair as it is. So I leave it to the master. Let him deal with it because I can't. I love sleep, peaceful sleep. Woo, let it rain. Let me be by some water. It's a wrap. Snoring and all, I'm slobbing on a pillow. For sure. It says, why is being kind to yourself important? And I'm going to let you go after this. Lita says, sometimes going through tough moments aren't just for our learning, but to help someone else along on their journey. So true. So true, wise one. Less likely to be critical of themselves and less likely to be anxious and depressed, which in turn leads to greater life satisfaction. Be kind to yourself. Sometimes go out and date yourself. Take yourself to the movies. Go to the spa. Go out to a restaurant by yourself. Just sit down and be cool with you. We have so many hats that we wear that sometimes we forget that we don't have to wear a hat all the time. It's sometimes good to not always have to wear a hat. Being natural. Don't have to cover up nothing. It's just me. It's in 5 ways you can be kind to yourself. I'm sure there are more. Self-recognition and affirmation. You're beautiful. You fine. You that, listen, they better know. If you don't feel confident by yourself, do you think that anybody else will? I'm my standard. What? Come through. Start a new habit. Ooh, that's a good one. Start a new habit. Do something you never did before. This weekend, I did something with me and Lita went to a restaurant that neither one of us been to and had a great time. Not just the time, the ambiance, the vibe, the food. I mean, I was like, wow, we can do this more often. I don't get a chance to be out like that. So the invite, was what I needed. So again, make new habits. Spend 2 minutes every morning reminding yourself of the things that make you great or the things that you have achieved. Pat yourself on the back. What? Do you realize what you did? What? Okay, so Lita says she started gardening during one of the toughest periods of her life. So I have a plant in my office that I started December, and she's blossoming. I mean, blossoming very well. I've never done that before. So me and her are growing together in my office. Who would have thought? There's so many firsts. There's so many things that we push over and like it's nothing, but it really is a big deal. Me wearing makeup, doing my own makeup, it might not be the best to you, but I remember when I wasn't wearing none at all, let alone doing it myself. Even to the point of coloring my own hair. There's so many firsts. Don't push beyond or forgetting. I remember when, right? Take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. Check yourself, your mental. Like, come on. Nobody can beat you at you being yourself. Everybody knows. You know what's really going on with you. Take care of yourself. Be thankful. Shut up, Lita. I'm not even going to repeat. Be thankful. Manage stress. No stress. None. Okay? None. No, 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 no. No stress. And the last one, it says help others. I hope you guys got something out of this tonight. I know we were supposed to have another guest, but again, tonight you got me all in the raw. And it's okay. It happens. So tonight, again, I thank everyone that was able to stop by, make comments. Feel free to sit in, have your moments again. Be kind to yourself. Have confidence. You can do it. If you can see it, you can have it. If you believe it, you definitely can have it. Ooh, Alpha. Yeah, Alpha be on my show next week. So again, the people are coming through, and it's the season for whatever they're gonna be talking about. I promise you. Alpha helped my mom the other day. And so I'm grateful. Here's another peerless time person. I would have never met her. And then come to find out she lives like 5 minutes away from me, literally. So again, the connections and the timing is everything. Everything. Keith, if you're still on, I still need you to come through the show. Thank you. Please and thank you. So again, thank you guys for stopping by. You didn't have to. I appreciate it. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And before I let you guys go, of course, our weekly announcements. Keith is pretty dope. He is. Yep, he definitely is. So in October, I was able to publish my first singular book, and it's called The Blueprint Guys Design. Again, I told you guys, set me down. It's like you need to restart. You need to really get that together. And it's okay. we'll get to the end. It's no rush. So it helps where you're not wasting time, you're not wasting money and all of these different things when you need to be where you need to be. So that is the Amazon link, or you can put in Camilla Foster and it'll come up. Kamilah Foster. If you want to continue to be a blessing to this show, to continue to do what it needs to do, again, you can cash at me at $ Sunshine Camilla, Kamilah. Much obliged. I appreciate everything that you guys do, because you don't have to. Again, my friend, my sister, Alita Cotton, who just celebrated her birthday yesterday. Yes, and I'm going to put you on blast, like I always do. Her company is called AC's Teas. Phone number 313-380-0321. That number again is 313-380-0321. And she has the best ginger and turmeric drinks. I look and I tell her this all the time. You can ask her. It's going to be bigger than that. I see so much. And yeah, so if you want to get your turmeric drinks, your ginger drinks, and she do deliver, she is on Facebook at AYECEE. Get in touch with her. Again, the business is called AC's Teas. 313-380-0321. I love you guys. Again, she's here to serve. It's a blessing to serve, and she has been getting us together, and I need to get some more for real. Probably this weekend. Yeah, because it definitely helped me with my vocals, making sure that the whole time that we were doing peerless times during the winter and all of that stuff, I never got sick. Never got sick. So again, she is the truth, and I love her. I really, really do. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alita. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I know you love me, girl. So anywho, I will be back on this Thursday with TT, who's another Perilous Times person. She's doing great and awesome things. I can't wait till Thursday to sit down and talk with her, TT from the D. And she's doing amazing things in the city. Yeah. So share, like, subscribe, do all those wonderful things. Word of mouth is awesome. Spread the word about this awesome platform. Do me that favor. Again, if you have people who you feel like have a story to tell, inbox me, call me, do it. I'm pretty much booked up on a Tuesday and Thursday of this whole month of May, but I can make exceptions if I need to. So again, I love you guys, and I will see you back on Thursday. Smile. You are on God's candid camera. And I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. And I'll see you on Thursdays. Peace.